and gentlemen. Well, my name is Radhika Jain, your host for today, and it's my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to the Whispers of Soul, an evening of poetry, literature, and lyrics. Lustrous Communication, in collaboration with the Poetry Society India, is honored to present this gathering dedicated to poetic excellence, diversity of thought, and the timeless beauty of expression. Today, we come together to celebrate the voices that speak of peace, love, nature, and truth, reminding us that when language is used with sincerity, it becomes a bridge to understanding, compassion, and harmony. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to all the poets, dignitaries, and esteemed guests present here this evening. Thank you very much for joining hands and making this celebration of words, wisdom, and human spirit truly luminous. So once again, welcome you all to Whispers of Soul. Put your hands together, everyone. So firstly, ladies and gentlemen, I invite Mr. Sandeep Sinha, the founder of Lustrous Communication, for the welcome address. Put your hands together, everyone, for Mr. Sandeep Sinha.
A very good evening, respected Chief Guest, Dr. Karan Singh. Such an honor. Is your mic on? Yeah, we can hear you. You can hear? Okay. Esteemed poets, distinguished members of the literary community, media friends, and dear audience. Today we have one thing in common. We all chose poetry over traffic, emails, and noise. And that makes us a loving family already, which we are seeing. I'm feeling very homely here with these words, and that's the beauty of our words. On behalf of Lustrous Communication and the Poetry Society India, it is my honor to welcome you to our literary evening, Whispers of Soul. We are gathered here in the beautiful surroundings of India International Center, a place that has seen many historic conversations, intellectual gatherings, and artistic expressions. Today we add poetry to that legacy. We feel deeply honored to have with us our beloved chief guest, a distinguished scholar, thinker, poet, statesman, and one of the most respected cultural voices of our time, Dr. Karan Singh ji. Sir, your presence elevates this evening with a special grace. We are grateful to you for joining us and for opening this gathering with your poetry. Thank you, sir. I would also like to acknowledge Madam Mandira Ghosh ji, Secretary of the Poetry Society India, for her constant support, guidance, and leadership in keeping poetry alive and flourishing in our literary ecosystem. And of course, we are privileged to have among us 20 accomplished poets of the 21st century. Really an honor, you know. I will remember this day all my life. Each bringing with their own spirit, style, rhythm, and language of feeling. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for trusting us with your art. To our esteemed members of the media, literary circles, invited guests, friends, my friend Mr. Manish Paliwal, he's a very renowned palmist here, and poetry lovers, thank you for choosing to be here this evening.
Palmist?
He's a very famous palmist, Manish Paliwal. Yeah.
The session is after the poetry.
Your presence transformed this event from a gathering to a community. And I express my gratitude to four souls who are in heaven now. First, Dr. Kaul, the founder of the Poetry Society India, Mr. Soli Sorabji, former Attorney General of India and former President of Poetry Society India, and to my beloved mother and my beloved father, who have their anniversaries this month for their tacit, latent love. Friends, this evening, let us listen not just with our ears, but with our ageless souls. Let us allow the spoken word to touch us, stir us, and perhaps leave us slightly changed. With that sentiment, I once again welcome you to Whispers of Soul, as I also share with you one of my favorite chants. Om Krishnaya Vasudevaya Hare Paramatmane Pranata Kleshnashaya Govindaya Namo Namah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for the amazing welcome note. Now I invite Madam Mandira Ghosh, the beauty with brain, big personality among us, the Secretary of Poetry Society, to share her welcome remarks. Put your hands together, everyone. That is one thing which I love about Mandira ma'am. She has a lovely smile, right, guys? Put your hands together, everyone.
Thank you. Mic is on? Yes. Thank you, Radhika, for your compliments. It is a beautiful evening, calm and free. Holy time is quiet as none. Wordsworth in Lyrical Ballads. So with these lines of William Wordsworth, I welcome all of you. Especially, I welcome Honorable Padma Vibhushan Dr. Karan Singh, distinguished poets and authors present in the auditorium, Sandeep Singh, the brain behind today's session, members of the Poetry Society India and India International Center, the staff, technical staff, and to all of you present in today's celebration, I wish a very good evening. Sandeep and myself are indeed grateful to Dr. Karan Singh, revered by all of us, for accepting our kind invitation to inaugurate this special literary evening, Whispers of the Soul. I have written thus in the book, in the notes. An evening for which we all are waiting so very eagerly. Today we are celebrating poetry and literature, which is an evening of prose, poetry and lyrics. Dr. Singh's memory startles us. His scholarship startles us, and as he is an authority in Kashmiri Shaivism and his devotion to Lord Shiva, humanism are known to all of us. As an outstanding poet, his devotion to Lord Shiva reflects in his poetry, his metaphysical thoughts and philosophy which endure all of us. I have recently edited an anthology of verses enchanting India, Parchment Publications publishing that book, and we are indeed grateful to Dr. Singh that we have begun the anthology with his poem on Hymn to Shiva. Without mentioning the late Dr. H.K. Kaul, this session will not be justified. Dr. Kaul's dynamism and vision are endearing to all of us. What he did for Indian poetry is remarkable. His well-known epic poem, Firdaus in Flames, he writes, in his well-known epic poem, he writes, your subtle cosmic touch will heal deep wounds with divine zeal. Indeed, deep wounds are in the process of healing, and in future also we expect that they will be removed and divine zeal will bring beauty of the Kashmir as it was before. President of the Poetry Society India, present President Sri K. J. Kumar, who could not come because of his some work in Thiruvananthapuram, and for the same reason he asked me to represent the Poetry Society India. So indeed it is a great honor once again to have you all among us, and we look forward for a dynamic evening of session of poetry. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Moving ahead, ladies and gentlemen, now I request Mr. Sandeep Sinha and Madam Mandira Ghosh to present the souvenirs to our honorable chief guest, Dr. Karan Singh. Put your hands together, everyone. The visionary leader, the true mentor, Dr. Karan Singh. Talking about Dr. Karan Singh, ladies and gentlemen, he is a celebrated Indian statesman, scholar, poet, author and philosopher. We are so honored, sir, that you are here. Thank you very much for coming. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you brief about our honorable chief guest, Dr. Karan Singh. He is a celebrated Indian statesman, scholar, the poet, author and philosopher who has served in numerous constitutional and ministerial roles. He was the Regent, Sadr Riyasat and the Governor of Jammu and Kashmir before joining the Union Cabinet at the age of 36, holding the portfolios like tourism, civil aviation, education, culture, health and family planning, a recipient of Padma Vibhushan. He has been the Chancellor of several universities, including Banaras Hindu University and GNU, and has supported cultural and environmental initiatives. His lifelong dedication to interfaith dialogue, education, and preserving India's cultural heritage has made him beloved orator both in India and abroad. One big round of applause once again, everyone, for our honorable chief guest, Dr. Karan Singh. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's a time for lamp lighting. So I request to please kindly proceed for lamp lighting. Our honorable chief guest, Dr. Karan Singh, Madam Mandira Ghosh and Mr. Sandeep Sinha, to please kindly. Let's invoke the blessings of Lord Ganesha.
सर सामने देखेंगे देखिए सामने मैम सामने प्लीज सर सामने ठीक है मेरी किताब ले आओ ये लो और ठीक कर दो
Lord Ganesha, the son of Shiv and Parvati, we pray to you, please be with us always. Thank you gentlemen. Hands together everyone. Moving ahead, ladies and gentlemen, now I request our honorable chief guest, Dr. Karan Singh. So please kindly, sir, start the program with your sweet poems and kindly address the audience. Round of applause, everyone. Thank you.
Sandeep Sinha, founder of Lustrous Communication, and Mandira Ghosh, secretary of the Poetry Society, founded by a stakeholder, as you know, who was very close to me, and fellow poets and intellectuals in the audience. I must, at the beginning, apologize. I am not going to recite any of my own poems. I don't remember any of my own poems. But with your permission, I'd like to recite poems of some other people, if I may, in English or Urdu or Hindi or Dogri, whatever language you like, or Sanskrit. But I have only 10 minutes you've given me, so I can only finish one language or perhaps two. So I'm going to start with a poem by Sri Aurobindo. It's called Who. In the blue of the sky and the green of the forest, whose is the hand that has painted the glow? When the winds were asleep in the womb of the ether, who was it roused them and bade them to blow? He's lost in the heart and the cavern of nature. He's found in the brain where he builds up the thought. In the pattern and bloom of the flowers he is woven. In the luminous net of the stars he is caught. In the strength of a man, in the beauty of woman, in the laugh of a boy, in the blush of a girl, the hand that St. Jupiter spinning through heaven spends all his cunning to fashion a curl. These are his works and his ways and his shadows. But where is he then? By what name is he known? Is he Brahma or Vishnu, a man or a woman, bodied or bodiless, twin or alone? We have love for a boy who is dark and resplendent. A woman is lord of us, naked and fierce. We've seen him amuse in the snows of the mountain. We've watched him at work in the heart of the spheres. We will tell the whole world of his ways and his rapture. His capture of torture and passion and pain. He delights in our sorrow and drives us to weeping, then lures with his joy and his beauty again. All music is only the sound of his laughter. All beauty the smile of his passionate bliss. Our lives are his heartbeats. Our rapture the bridal of Radha and Krishna. Our love is their kiss. He is strength that is loud in the blare of the trumpets. And he rides in the car and he strikes in the spears. He slays without stint and is full of compassion. He wars for the world in his ultimate years. In the sweep of the worlds, in the surge of the ages, ineffable, mighty, majestic and pure, beyond the last pinnacle seized by the thinker, he is thrown in his seat that forever endure. The master of man and the infinite lover is close to our hearts and we vision to see. We are blind with our pride and the pomp of our passions. We are bound in our thoughts where we hold ourselves free. It is he in the sun who is ageless and deathless, and into the midnight his shadow is thrown. When darkness was blind and engulfed within darkness, he was seated within it, immense and alone. What a beautiful thing. You see, I was telling somebody who was teaching English, people no longer recite. Remember, there's a qualitative difference between prose and poetry. Prose is meant to be read, poetry is meant to be heard. So unless you recite poetry, you can't read. I mean, when I read the T.S. Eliot's great poem, The Wasteland, it made no sense to me at all. It's only when I heard a recording by Robert Spade that the poem came alive. So I would suggest that anybody here who's either teaching English or in poetry, please recite as much as you can. So now what language do you want now? Urdu. हजारों ख्वाहिशें ऐसी कि हर ख्वाहिश पे दम निकले, बहुत निकले मेरे अरमान फिर भी लेकिन कम निकले, निकलना खुल्द से आदम का सुनते आए थे लेकिन बड़े बेआबरू होकर तेरे कूचे से हम निकले। मोहब्बत में नहीं है फर्क जीने और मरने का, उसी को जी के देते हैं जिस काफिर पे दम निकले, और खुदा के वास्ते काबे से पर्दा ना हटा जालिम, कि ऐसा न हो वहाँ भी वही काफिर सनम निकले। कहाँ मैं खाने का दरवाज़ा गायब और कहाँ वाइज, पर इतना जानते हैं कि कल वो आता था कि हम निकले, हजारों ख्वाहिशें ऐसी कि हर ख्वाहिश बताइए। अब बताइए भाषा संस्कृत, हिंदी, डोगरी, पंजाबी, डोगरी के गाने आने होते हैं दस, डोगरी गीत तो गाए जाते हैं। बोड़ ज्वाला मई तू बिच पहाड़ा दे, बोल ज्वाला मई तू बिच पहाड़ा दे, सुबह सुबह चोला अंग बराजे, सुबह सुबह चोला, सुबह सुबह चोला अंग बराज, केसरी तिलक लगाई वो बिच पहाड़ा दे, पहाड़ा दे मोड़ ज्वाला माई तू बिच पहाड़ा दे। दूर दूर देसा जातरू आए, ओ दूर दूर देसा, दूर दूर देसा जातरू आए, जय जयकार बुलाई वो बिच पहाड़ा दे, पहाड़ा दे मोड़ ज्वाला माई तू बिच पहाड़ा दे। जेड़ा भगत तेरा गुण गावे, जेड़ा भगत तेरा गुण गावे, वो मन वांछित फल पाई वो बिच पहाड़ा दे, पहाड़ा दे मोड़ ज्वाला माई तू बिच पहाड़ा दे। ब्रह्मा वेद पढ़े तेरे द्वारे, ब्रह्मा वेद पढ़े तेरे द्वारे, शंकर ध्यान लगाई वो बिच पहाड़ा दे, पहाड़ा दे मोड़ ज्वाला माई तू बिच पहाड़ा दे, पहाड़ा दे मोड़ ज्वाला माई तू बिच पहाड़ा दे। संस्कृत का सॉरी मेरे 10 मिनट खत्म हो गए।
So we love to hear you more and more.
मैं सारी रात नहीं बोलता रहूँगा, आप लोग कहाँ बोलेंगे मुझे? 20 पोएट सुना रखे।
माइक बढ़ा दीजिए, बार बार नहीं बोलूँगी। हेलो चेक।
नागेंद्र हाराय त्रिलोचनाय भस्मांग रागाय महेश्वराय, नित्याय शुद्धाय दिगंबराय तस्मै नकाराय नमः शिवाय, मंदाकिनी सलिल चंदन चर्चिताय नदीश्वर प्रतनाथ महेश्वराय, मंदार पुष्प पुष्प पूजिताय तस्मै मकाराय नमः शिवाय, शिवाय गौरी वृंदाम जभिंद सूर्याय दक्षध्वर नाशकाय, श्री नीलकंठाय विषभध्वजाय तस्मै शिकाराय नमः शिवाय, वशिष्ठ कुंभोद्भव गौतमार्य मुनेन्द्र देवाचित शेखराय, चंद्रार्कलोचनाय तस्मै वाकराय नमः शिवाय, यक्ष स्वरूपाय जटाधराय पीनाक हस्ताय सनातनाय, दिव्याय देवाय दिगंबराय तस्मै यकाराय नमः शिवाय, Panchaksharamidam punyam yapashe shiva sannidhau शिवलोकम अवाप्नोति शिवेन सह मोदते। चलिए ये वापिस और बुला लीजिए, मैं चलता रहूँगा सारी। I warn you, बुलाओ आप इसको बुलाना।
Thank you so much, sir. Outstanding. I must say, sir, your voice is very beautiful.
Thank you.
Really, I love it. तुसी पंजाबी च भी गांदे हो, वो बड़ा चंगा लगा मैंने। Okay, so sir, कुछ 2 लाइंस आपके लिए कहना चाहूँगी दोस्तों, हमारे डॉक्टर करण सिंह जी के लिए, कि जो लोग पानी से नहाते हैं वो लिबास बदलते हैं, मगर जो लोग पसीने से नहाते हैं वही इतिहास बदलते हैं। Thank you once again, sir. Moving ahead, ladies and gentlemen, शुरू करते हैं poetry readings. Now we'll begin the poetry readings. Each poet may read 1 or 2 poems. Well, I will introduce each poet shortly. So, for now, firstly, we are going to welcome Dr. Usha Mujo Munshi. Talking about her, Dr. Usha Mujo Munshi, she is a distinguished scholar, author, and a true leader in the field of information and communication. Put your hands together, everyone, first of all. So I was thinking I'll read it first. Ma'am, you kindly stand. I really want to share all the people right here about your achievements. Well, Dr. Usha Mujo Munshi, she is a distinguished scholar, author, and a thought leader in the field of information and communication. A former president of the Information and Communication Society of India and a distinguished Fulbright scholar, she has been pioneering the voice in advancing the digital transformation of knowledge, currently associated with India International Center. She has spearheaded the groundbreaking initiatives in the digital libraries, open access, and e-research well before they gained global transaction. Recipient of numerous national and international honors, including the prestigious Director d'Études Associate distinction from FMSH, France. Dr. Munshi has authored several books, over 165 research publications. Her scholarly contributions seamlessly bridge science, culture, and creativity. Widely traveled and deeply reflective, she continues to inspire through her lectures, writings, and poetry. Her acclaimed poems feature in several anthologies, including those published by Sahitya Academy. Put your hands together, everyone, for Dr. Usha Mujo Munshi.
Thank you so much. Good evening, respected chairperson of the evening, Dr. Karan Singh, esteemed co-panelists here, and the wonderful audience. Thank you very much for inviting me this evening. This evening, I'm delighted to share 2 of my poems with you. The first is a journey of self-introspection. It speaks of Bhasha, language, Bhojan, food, and Bhumi, my birthplace. You will understand why I call it In Search of My Identity as I recite it. My second poem is dedicated to a river of profound significance, Vitasta, whom we in Kashmir revere as Vet. Over time, her name might have changed, but her spirit remains eternal. And so I begin with my first poem, In Search of My Identity. Did I lose the way I was, or did the word shape my cause? Did I trade my roots for flight, or did I drift without a fight? Did I change the attire I knew? The colors faded, the stitches new. Did my mother tongue turn weak, replaced by words I barely speak? My Hindi was very poor when I was in Kashmir. So but now I have to speak that all through. Did I forget what filled my plate? The flavors rich, the stories great. Did the assorted greens once mine slip away like passing time? Did the cheer and chatter, we call it in Kashmir, halla gulla, did the halla gulla fade to hush? Did ritual slow in modern rush? Or did I step too far ahead, leaving echoes of what was said? Did all this change too fast, too soon? A fleeting sun, a shadowed moon. Did I like the change, I ask? Or does nostalgia weave its mask? Who is to blame? Was it me? Or tides that shaped my destiny? Do I seek or let it be? Or is the search itself still me? Now, coming to my next poem that turns from the self to the soil, to a river that has nurtured generations, carrying our memories, myths, and prayers. This poem is titled Vitasta, the Heartbeat of Kashmir. From the womb of very Nag, spring to so pure, you rise, O Vitasta, with grace demure. A silver thread through the veil you weave, a mother's embrace, a sigh of reprieve. Through Srinagar's heart your waters glide, a witness to history, a valley's pride. Temples and shrines kneel by your shore, singing the hymns of a time before. You whisper the tales of sages wise, of Parvati's blessings in sacred guides. A touch of your waves, sins are undone. A dip in your arms and heaven is won. O goddess, O river, your flow once free, now tainted by man's cruel decree. Your depths have shrunk, your song grown weak, yet still in your ripples the lost past speaks. Through battle and flood, through love and despair, you cradle the dreams that Kashmiris bear. Veth or Jahlim, your name may change. The name of late has been changed to Jahlim. But your spirit, O river, it will never estrange. Eternal winter brought us no respite. Now spring is singing, dusk too has light. O Vitasta divine, we bow in prayer. May your waters forever run fair. May your purity rise, your beauty restore. May you bless this land forevermore. Hail Ma Vitasta, the soul of Kashmir. In those eternal flow, unity is near. Identity, like a river, flows gathering from many streams, yet remaining one. Through Bhasha, Bhojan, Bhumi, and with the sun, I seek that unity which time cannot erode. Thank you very much.
Keynote is my favorite place in Kashmir.
Isn't it, sir? Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Moving ahead, ladies and gentlemen, time to introduce our next poet, Dr. Sukrita Paul Kumar. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Sukrita Paul Kumar, the poet, critic, and the artist, has published the numerous poetry collections such as Yellow, Salt and Pepper, Vanishing Words. She has been poet in residence in Iowa and Hong Kong. Her poems, often interwoven with visual art, explore memory, identity, and spirituality. Recipient of Rabindranath Tagore Award for Literature 2023, continues to represent Indian literature on the global platforms. Presently, she is the guest editor of Sahitya Akademi. Put your hands together, everyone, for Dr. Sukrita Paul Kumar.
Also congratulate her on
Yes,
today is
yes.
her birthday.
Today is our birthday.
Wish you a very happy birthday, ma'am.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. It looks as though I'm born anew after all this clapping. Thank you so much. Thank you for your blessings as well. I think I would straight away dive into